happen is each venture is just going to have 1 minute very quickly to stand right here and to tell us very, very quickly what they've been up to. So let's start with the first venture. Can we have the slide, please? So my name's Josh. I run Cracked It, and we're a social enterprise that trains and employs at-risk young people to repair cracked iPhone screens. Our mission is to engage young people with enterprise and support them to move away from crime and towards employment. Since Crowdbacker last year, a lot of weird and wonderful stuff has happened, and I'm going to focus on the wonderful. Our business model involves working with housing associations and local authorities who commission us to run programs. And we're at the stage now where every other week from the end of July to the end of October, we have a program running, which is really, really, really exciting, but it's going to be absolute hell to manage. Aside from that, we've been lucky enough to win numerous awards. So we won the Tower Hamlets Council's Community Safety Award for Best Project in the Borough, for making the borough a safer place. We were also selected by Ashoka as change makers, 20 of us from across. That goes so quickly. Anyway, read our website, there's lots of interesting stuff.
Very long. Hi, I'm Katie, and with my co-founder Rich, I run Settle, which is a social enterprise that supports vulnerable young people who are moving into their first home. So we design and deliver training for homeless young people or care leavers as they move into their first flat. Since we pitched 2 years ago, we've now worked with 69 young people, though our broader reach is 180 from workshops and things like that. We've run programs with 5 different contracts in 4 London boroughs and one in Reading, and so far we've had 100% completion of our programs. From our recent cohort, 25 young people said that they strongly agreed that they would recommend the program to a friend. They felt more prepared to move on to the next flat and that they'd enjoyed the program. Other milestones include we've now been finalists in 4 National Housing Awards, and recently, in the last month, won Excellence in Housing Award for the Best Tenant Support or Advice Programme. I've got some time and I'm really excited for the next year ahead.
So Birdsong was formed in 2014 as a response to 92% of women's organisations facing funding cuts. And we're an online brand with the promise of no sweatshops and no Photoshop. We offer tailored support to women's organisations who want to sell their wares online but face massive structural barriers from doing so. So from octogenarian knitters to survivors of human trafficking who make our jewellery to hand-printing mums in Tower Hamlets, we always ensure that a good proportion of revenue goes to making these organisations thrive. And our different way of doing things has gathered us quite a lot of attention over the past year. We've been featured in Teen Vogue, Refinery 29, Dazed ID, the local BBC London News, me and Edna. And we've also gathered the support of people like Lauren Laverne and Ruby Tando and Lily Cole, and a place on the prestigious Bethnal Green Ventures programme. But I think our proudest moment to date is the fact that we've made just over £12,000 in revenue in a year directly for women's organisations that goes towards things like creches, counselling, IT classes and English. So, thank you.
Hi, my name is Josh and I run The Middle Ground. We transform underutilised spaces into active community venues. Since I stood up here last year and pitched, I've opened 2 new venues, one in Camden with Origin Housing and one in Earls Court with Peabody Housing. Both of those venues took a lot of DIY and a little bit of professional help to get ready, but now they've opened and they're hosting a kind of a full schedule of weekly and monthly activities, anything from art classes to salsa lessons, and all of these activities are made available to disadvantaged people from the local community. We also make our venues available for people from the community to have their own kind of private parties. So we're now looking forward to a summer full of kind of children's bouncy castle parties at the venues. And the final milestone I wanted to mention is that a few weeks ago, it's probably the proudest one as well, a few weeks ago we actually took on 3 new members of staff. All 3 of these people are working as our venue hosts, our venue staff, and they all come from the housing estates around the venues, which means we're now providing flexible employment to people who would otherwise be locked out of the job market.